Welcome back, friends, new and old, to Chateau Capers with Jane and Rory at Château de Pican, our joyous, picturesque and often madcap slice of rural French life. This episode is almost completely outdoorsy. We pursue outdoorsy pursuits like walking and gardening and lumbering, and an outdoorsy thing gets stuck indoorsy. If you're new here, we're Jane and Rory, and with absolutely no help from our 3 spaniels, 3 cats and 3 horses, we're restoring a 19th century chateau in southwest France. We'd had a good start to the day work-wise, and we wanted to continue the efforts by getting on with a job that was at least a week overdue. But first we had to uncover and weed the veg patch from last season.
Well, last year we were given about 50 tomatoes, and so we planted them all the way along here. Spaces of, well, we had to zigzag them, I think. But they did not thrive at all. In fact, they all basically rotted from the ground up, and it wasn't very successful at all. So this year we're going to plant fewer, further apart and further away from the wall as well, because I think it was very humid and hot, but the fact there was no air circulating around them meant that anyone that caught a bit of mildew spread to all the others. So we were very unhappy. We'd nurtured them, watered them, obviously planted them for months, and we got almost nothing. Hardly any. So if we plant 10 to 15, is that how many we've got?
I think we've got about 15.
About 15. So if we plant that many, hopefully we'll get way more tomatoes from those 15 than we did from 50 plants last year, if it's a better year for them.
While Rory tackled the tomato bed, I took to weeding around the grapevines. We only discovered them last year and tried to give them a fighting chance, but although the vines made a few grapes, they later shriveled and fell off. This year we might actually get to try them. With the bed now ready for planting, we needed to space the tomatoes sensibly to avoid any chance of a repeat of last year's failure. One of the pluses and minuses of owning horses is the mountains of manure they produce. In the UK, we grew delicious tomatoes in the greenhouse in a bed of almost only well-rotted manure. Since we have plenty of it, we might as well use it. As last year, our tomatoes were gifted us by our friend Kiki, who grows hundreds of heritage varieties at home. This year, we asked for only cherry varieties, but they are all different. The grapevines were planted by the previous owner, and while Rory made some effort to tame and train them last year, other events got in the way of maintaining them properly. We don't even know which variety they are, we only know they're seeded grapes. Judging by the amount of tiny bunches beginning to grow now, if we're careful with them, we may get a bumper crop. With the bed now weeded, we just need to stake up the vines and stretch out wire for them to grow along.
And now it's time for Riverwalk Ramble.
With Jane and Rory.
Tiger Lily! Oh, she's up the bed. Good girl. Good girl. Just wondered where you were. Good girl. Good girl.
She's been for a swim already.
She's a very independent lady.
I know. I mean, as a child, if I were to be going to swim in the river or the sea or something, I probably wouldn't have been brave enough to run off on my own and do it. I'd have wanted somebody there with me in case, a shark or
jellyfish.
Or a river monster.
Yeah, or a merman, or a riptide.
Well, nobody ever thought of, when I was a child, nobody ever thought of mermen. Everybody just thought mermaid, as if under the sea there were only fish women.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think I wasn't aware of mermen.
Apart from Ethel Merman.
And what about Poseidon? Did he have a fishy tail or not? Was he just godlike?
Well, he did in The Little Mermaid. So I suppose there was a merman when I was a child.
But maybe in ancient Greece he wasn't. He didn't
Well,
have
I
a
don't
fishy
think he
tail.
was I think he was just like a run-of-the-mill, muscly god
Silly god, yeah.
with non-fish legs.
More convenient because then you can go on land or on sea.
Well, it is, without having to go through some sort of transformation,
Yes.
patting your tail off with a towel until it turns into a leg or two. Or wouldn't that be rubbish if your fish tail just turned into one leg?
You'd have to hop everywhere.
You'd be hopping mad.
But I was always amazed by the fact that dolphins were once land creatures, and so they had 4 legs, and then they went back into the sea afterwards.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they just had really crap legs. They thought it's not worth it. This land thing's not worth the
No,
risk.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
There's lots of saber-toothed tigers will go back in the sea.
The weather looked as though it was finally improving. We've had a run of warm, dry days, and although the long-range forecast looks a bit unsettled, we took our chances. In our experience, the long-range forecast here is about as reliable as pulling bits of paper out of a hat. It was time to open the pool for the summer. It's also the first time we've ever opened a pool for the summer. The winter cover is heavy. It's definitely a 2-person job. The pale side, having been in the water all winter, was clean, but the blue side had all sorts stuck to it, which we wanted to remove before storing away. The tricky part wasn't the cleaning, but getting the water off it once I'd sprayed it. Eventually we decided to leave it to drain overnight as there was no rain forecast. Absolutely no rain. Overall, the water looked clean. It hadn't turned green, but there was a lot of debris at the bottom of the pool. It was a job for our pool robot Napoleon Float Apart. Sadly, a part of him had floated apart and he was on the fritz.
Are you superstitious? I don't think you are, but you might have superstitions I don't know about.
I don't think I am superstitious, no. Do you mean like throwing salt over your shoulder?
Well, anything like that, yeah.
Black cats?
Don't walk under a ladder.
I mean, I just think that one is one of the most preposterous. Walking under ladders is just unwise. So let's just call it unwise rather than unlucky.
Yeah, but there's not always somebody at the top of the ladder with a heavy tool or a bucket of paint that they're about to drop. And if you look up the ladder first to see that there's no danger, then surely it's perfectly safe.
Probably, but as you're walking under it, you might jog it with your elbow and bring it crashing down.
Well,
Just to give it a wide berth.
Well, okay, so if you have a jippy elbow, don't walk under ladders.
Yep, or if the ladder's quite a small ladder as
If
well.
it's- well, if I had to
To duck right
crawl
under it.
down on my hands and knees,
Yeah, to
then I
get
probably
under the
wouldn't want
ladder.
to go under the ladder.
Exactly.
What about if you're in a library
Yes.
and somebody rolls the library ladder to get to the high shelves
Okay.
past you and you're underneath it? Are you instantly cursed?
Probably, I would say so. Especially if you break a mirror at the same time. And strike a black cat.
And put your head in a pot of paint? Do you live by weird rules? I think I do.
What are your weird rules?
Like which mug you have to have. Like
Okay.
we have about 10 big mugs with all the different pictures of the Australian animals on. And there are certain colours that I will have. It's got nothing to do with the animals or birds or whatever they are.
It's because you're not sure of your masculinity, that's what it is.
Well, I don't go for the pink ones because I always go, well, they're Jane's mugs.
Yep.
And I think the greens and the light blues are anybody's,
Yep.
but the kangaroo is mine.
Because it looks a bit like Bunty.
And so is the deep blue one, which I think has some sort of parrot on it. Those two, I was like, well, yeah, they're Rory
good.
mugs.
Yeah.
Pink one's Jane mugs.
And everything else is
everything else is sort of fair game. And I don't know why. Actually, no, there's one green mug, which is yours.
Oh, the turquoisey one with the kingfisher on it.
Yeah, that's yours, so I won't touch that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. There's no reason, but if there's only a pink mug left, I'll wash another one.
You panic, yeah.
No, I'll wash another one up.
And is that because you think you'd be encroaching on my mug?
I don't know what it is.
No.
Is it a masculinity thing? I mean, 100 years ago or more, probably more, pink used to be for boys.
Right. We've both ended up in that pattern because I actually really like the dark blue one as well. But I think to myself, well, no, I can't have that one because that's one of Rory's favourites.
Right.
So I will, sometimes if I use it, I feel a bit guilty. I do it on the sly.
Perhaps that's enough Riverwalk rambling for one video. I say this while drinking from a sky blue mug with a kookaburra on it. Welcome to Jane's Find of the Day with Jane.
Hello and welcome to this week's Find of the Day at Château de Pican. Today I'm going to be talking about this lidded jar. It's in the shape of a pomegranate and it's got pomegranates on the lid. I wondered whether it had been made to store pomegranates, but I understand not. And the pomegranates are more symbolic of fertility and abundance. This would have been used to store maybe tea or maybe sweets or maybe purely as a decorative item. But it is quite large and heavy. More on that later. I don't know anything about Oriental pottery, but I try to find out whenever we come across something that was left by the previous owners in the chateau. And first thing to do is to have a look on the base and see what it says, or if there are symbols that might indicate a rain mark. A rain mark would tell you which Chinese emperor was on the throne, or which empire attributed to a Chinese emperor was there when it was manufactured. And the last Chinese dynasty was the Qing dynasty, and before that it was Ming. And everybody knows the Ming dynasty pottery is very valuable and thrilling. Well, apparently, one of the AIs I consulted said the Ming dynasty on the bottom. The other one, though, said it was the Qing dynasty. A little bit suspicious. And there was general talk about the mark not being authentic. Come back in a moment and I'll tell you more.
What are you eating?
A cherry?
A cherry? Cherry thief. Excuse me.
It was on the floor. But I reckon it was still good.
Shall I do some picking? Ooh.
I can pick some here. One's on the ground floor.
Do we want things that have been attacked a bit?
I think we do, because I'll eat them even if you don't.
The perfect two cherries combination.
I mean, they are just raining down now, so it's either eat them or lose them, I think.
So how's our bounty?
Our bounty is abundant. We have abundant bounty. Pick out the best ones, we eat them, and the rest we jam, and vodka. And some of them are a funny shape as well.
Oh yes, the uncommon strawberry cherry. Well done us, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And now for something completely batty.
What's going on?
It's inside the dark turquoise lantern.
The paper lantern?
Yeah, there's a critter in there. Probably a bird.
Jane had called me over to say there was some vigorous flapping about inside a paper lantern in the Orangery. Galadriel was desperate to get in on the action too. This I had to see.
The table wouldn't safely hold Rory's weight, but the tall stepladder was still next to the cherry tree nearby.
It's time for another animal rescue.
Yes. Oops. Hopefully it's all right. Little tweaky thing, gets a tweak. The bat.
Oh, goodness. Right. Be careful.
There's a little bat in there.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure that's not where it lives regularly, but I'm not sure how easy it will be for it to get out is my only concern.
Well, I think it's been trying to get out.
Right.
I think.
So we need to let it escape.
Yeah.
Might be a bit early for bats to be outside, but...
Early in the day, do you mean?
Well, it's not dark yet. But what I can do is I can sort of collapse this so
Yeah.
it'll be easy for it to escape.
You take its wire out.
Yeah, so I've just got to be... I don't want to get
battered.
batted. I don't want to cause too much stress to the little bat either. It can climb a tree if it wants. Oops. It's got it. Oh, it's stuck on this tape.
Oh.
The sticky tape. Oh dear. Who'd have thought masking tape would be a problem?
Whilst bat rabies is extremely rare, I was very careful not to touch the little bat with my bare hands.
Okay, so what we can do is we can get some olive oil.
I'll
So we're going to get...
I'll go
Okay.
get some more.
Yeah. Tiny, tiny little bat. Terrible, terrible little monster. That'll do. Yes, that will do. So Jane's found some sunflower oil, so we'll just try and dab a tiny bit on, which should hopefully stop the sticky from being sticky if we're lucky, and then the bat will be able to escape. We'll put him on the tree and hopefully he'll climb up or run away, fly away. That's the word I'm looking for. So I just want to see if it's, so that wing is okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the table. And I can just sort of dab it. We need to know where your problems lie. So the problems are here. It's back legs. So this is the fastest help we can get you, I'm afraid.
I used a tiny bit of vegetable oil to free its feet. That's safe enough, but you really don't want any of it on the fur. If their fur gets oily, they can't hold their body heat even on a warm day, apparently.
I just don't want to damage its membranes. There we go.
There we go. Well done.
One more critter rescued. I've got to wash my hands now.
Ladies and gentlemen of southwest France, we can only apologise. The recent orange warning thunderstorms were almost certainly our fault as we foolishly opened our swimming pool.
It almost looks like the clouds are saying that somebody's 21.
Once again, we're terribly sorry. The moment that perhaps none of you have been waiting for.
Well, apparently it's Japanese Kutani. It was made for the Western export market. It's not something that would have been sold in the domestic market of Japan. And it's deliberately designed to please Westerners, both with the apocryphal markings, but also the exotic shape, the size of it, and the somewhat over gaudy, could one say, decorations. So it was probably made 100 years ago, and I think the value's in the eye of a beholder. I think someone at a brocante in France might only pay you 20 euros for it, but a Kutani collector might find it a fascinating object and be willing to pay anywhere between 100 and 200 euros or dollars. I just need to find one of them.
This tree has been dead for several years, long before we bought the chateau. Last summer, while we were building the swimming pool, it finally gave up and collapsed with a crash so loud we genuinely thought part of the chateau had come down. I'm only now getting round to logging it, mainly because it's become a mowing hazard and I've no desire to break my grass topper again. The wood has been seasoned for, well, an unknown number of seasons. I just hope it's not so old and dry that I can't split it.
It's very hot work. I haven't been going at it that long and I'm roasted. I suppose it's quite a humid day. I'm finding it's going okay so far, but it's going to get trickier as the I suppose, trunks are getting thicker. I'm cutting off the thinner branches that were sticking up. I was hoping just to whiz through it and then I could mow this area of grass, but I don't suppose I'm going to get it all done in one day. I'm just going to have to keep plugging away at it, and then maybe bit by bit I can mow closer and closer to the wood, to the logs. Anyway, I'll carry on. Well, that's probably all I can do for now because I need to clear it away. I'm just sort of stumbling around on chopped up bits of wood. So once I get all of that out of the way, then I'll be able to access the larger logs and sort of, I don't know, take them slowly, because my chainsaw isn't the longest chainsaw in the world, so I'm not entirely sure it'll get through the biggest of the trunks, so we'll see. Anyway, I've done the hard work and now I've got all the hard work to do.
The last job was to chop the wood in a dashing, heroic, matinee idol kind of way. I was extremely relieved to find that the wood was generally very easy to split. This will be next winter's firewood. It will be stacked in the dog garden for easy access at the end of the year. There's just a little bit more to do.